What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So today we're at Fight Flight or Fight MMA podcast. This is the first episode. We're talking about Jake and Alex Pereira. The matchup we think that will crack Jake Paul. Now, I'm really mad that Jake Paul is not taken into kickboxing since Pereira is a kickboxer and a UFC star. Now, the, there's a few things I want to talk about. One, why Jake doesn't go into MMA, and second reason is why Jake will not battle Pereira in his own style of fighting. So, first of all, let's talk about Jake Paul. Now, he's fought UFC stars, boxed them, but that's just boxing, guys. I mean, to be honest, if Jake does fight Alex in kickboxing, which is not going to happen, but I feel like there's a good chance that Alex Pereira still gets a knockout versus Jake Paul. But will we see it? I'm not sure. I haven't seen much footage on Alex Pereira boxing or kickboxing at all. I know he's had a long career of kickboxing history. But like I was saying, Jake Paul hasn't fought anybody his age. Pereira is older than him. He is an older kickboxer. And it feels like it's just not fair for Pereira. I mean, given the fact that Pereira is a great striker, I think he'll knock Jake out. But one thing, Dana White is not interested in having Jake fight Pereira. He is not interested in this fight. He's made it clear he stopped watching after the Fury fight, Tom Fury fight. And Dana White is not a fan of the Jake Paul. Meanwhile, you gotta think he still has this Mike Tyson fight coming up, and he's already booking fights. I mean, Mike Tyson is nothing to play with, guys. He's nothing to play with. This dude is a killer. I don't care how old he is. If he's still got the hands on him, he's still got the dangerous movement, give me Mike Tyson via knockout in November. Some of y'all call me crazy, but I don't care. I like to gamble a lot. And I would gamble on Tyson knocking out Jake Paul. But getting back to the subject at hand, I think that Jake Paul has teased us with PFL gloves on his Twitter feed, Instagram, social feeds, that he would go MMA. Me, I'm not sure how he would do in PFL. He's a boxer, so if he gets on the ground, he's screwed. He'll probably get choked out or submitted. But why not fight Alex Pereira in kickboxing? If you're a really great fighter and claim to be a great fighter, you should fight the fighter in their own style and beat them at their own style. That'll be more impressive. That's what I think. But if we're being honest, Alex Pereira gets the knockout versus Jake. Is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? We don't know, but it's most likely not gonna happen. That Pereira, unless Jake buys Pereira out of his UFC contract, which I think he only has 2 years left on his UFC contract. But I mean, if I'm Pereira, I would take the fight because it's a money fight. It's going to make him a lot of money in pay-per-views. I'm just saying, Jake Paul is a kid fan base, so he's not going to get a lot of kids buying pay-per-views, is what Sean Strickland told people in a YouTube video. But if he's down to fight, I know it's a soft topic, but if he's down to fight and Sean Strickland to put on the gloves and just spar him, that's something else I would love to entertain, is see him, Sean Strickland, kick Jake Paul's tail. But meanwhile, back at the lab, just kidding. Pereira is set to defend his light heavyweight championship, and I think he'll defend it and he'll retain his title. Jake, not so much. I think if he does fight Alex, he gets knocked out regardless of whether he's doing kickboxing or not. Because let's be real, that left hook that Alex Pereira uses is a deadly weapon. Remember, folks, it only takes one punch. One punch to get a knockout. It takes one good hit to knock a person out. And a lot of people were saying, oh, Jake Paul is going to win. But sure, he does have a puncher's chance at beating Alex Pereira. But, Alex Pereira, I believe, if he does get the knockout, I think that'll be the end of Jake Paul. I believe Jake Paul retires and he goes away in his little cave that he hides in and then comes back and fight again. Now, I don't think Jake would do well in the UFC or PFL at that. I mean, you're not going to fool much guys just striking. I mean, not a lot of people are going to want to box for you. I mean, especially kickboxers and wrestlers and jiu-jitsu stars. They're going to either take you down or they're going to kick you. And they're just going to dominate you in their own style. But Jake has gotten heavier from what he was. He was a scrawny little boy and he's 200 flat. But I'm not sure if that matters in MMA. I mean, you know what they say. It's not about the size in the dog. It's about the bite in the dog that matters. Now, Alex Pereira is a champ for a reason. And I think we'll see this if he fights Pereira in a boxing match. But I'm not sure we will see this fight because Dana doesn't want that fight again. I know it's getting redundant. I keep repeating that Dana's not a fan. But if you like the channel, this is gonna be more podcast. I'm still gonna do videos, but I'm gonna try to be consistent since I have a knee injury right now and I'm recovering and I have an exuberant timeline of when I'm gonna recover, and I've got a lot of weeks ahead. About a month and 2 weeks till I get to full health. But don't worry, folks, I'll still do this on the side. But no worries, guys. Fighting content will continue post like usual. I'm trying to build my platform. But if you like the channel, like, subscribe, share this podcast to somebody. I mean, I've been saying I needed to do a podcast, and I just didn't really have the time to do it. But then all of a sudden, I got a knee injury, and I have time. So why not? Why not start now? But thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all for the next episode.